So I thought I'd do a video on mounting the SunPower 370 watt solar panel. And one will go there, one will go here, but it'll be at a slight angle provided with a slotted steel so that it'll clear the max fan. I can even fit another one right there, but it'll overhang almost as much as my box. Anyway, this is 42 inches between there and there, the inside, so that it just fits right in there. And it's kind of a challenge to drill from underneath, so my solution is to remove the roof rack posts and then lift so that I can get a straight shot drilling up underneath. So I'm using 1/4 inch bolts on everything. That washer is not big enough. What you want to use is a fender washer, because this is a heavy load in the wind. Let me see, what can I tell you? I can give you some measurements here. So the outside of these bars on the outside, 61 3/8. So what I did is I measured 2 3/8 between here and there. So how I did this was I put the tubes on top right here, and then I drilled straight down, and then the holes were in place to where I could put them underneath and fasten it down. Because otherwise you just don't have enough room to fit a drill in there. So that's how I did that. Just 2 3/8 between here and there. So that will set up these outer rails just on the right length for this SunPower 370, which is, I believe, 61 1/4. And then these ones, the middle bars, I just placed them on either side of the max fan, following this rib. See this rib line? What else can I tell you? I think these were standard size aluminum tubes that I got from the hardware store. So that's why the rack is not as long as it could be. It's about 122 inches long. Yeah, so it's 122 inches long from the very tip to the very end of the rack. That gives me just enough space to mount this one at a slight angle. I would actually put your max fan a little bit further than the indent that they provide with the van, because that would have given me more space for this second panel, so when I had to be tilted. But tilting is okay because I'll get more output. What else can I tell you? So I kind of wanted to get this rack a little bit lower, but I'll have to get maybe another 1-inch tube, and then maybe like a wide one, so then I can bolt it here, here, and there, and that would be really strong. I just don't want to weaken it by lowering it. It'd be preferable if I could get this lower than this, so that then I can place heavy stuff on the rack for hauling stuff. What else can I tell you? So yeah, I'll have to loosen all of the roof rack supports and then get underneath the rack, lift it up to drill these holes, which will be fun. I mean, the outer bolts probably support it just fine, but I don't want it vibrating and banging, and I want the whole thing to be very stout, you know, no torsional bending, no twisting. What else can I tell you? Here's how it fits on the roof. It's like perfect. So this is the most power dense panel in the world that I could find. After years of researching solar panels, this one just came out, and I got it from Santan Solar for about 150 bucks. It's just the perfect size for a Sprinter. So I'll show you how it looks from the ground. This is my air conditioner that the solar panels are going to power, and that's the generator for backup. This is a Frigidaire 5000 BTU AC, and it draws 350 to 420 watts. So if I have 740 watts of panels, plus I used to have a 100 watt panel in the back, that'll be plenty to power that AC and then some. So it looks pretty slick compared to mounting it on the top. I hope this video isn't shaky because it's all slow on mine. Yeah, and I'll drop that stovepipe down, but some days it will cast a partial shadow, and that's just life. I recommend making a cardboard template as big as your panel, exactly, so that you can figure things out. But hopefully those measurements helped. But as you can see, this is what I was talking about here. See how this drill is at an angle? That's not good. So that's why I loosened these, so I could lift this, so I could drill straight in there, and it worked just fine. Now you want to put your hole closer to this edge of the panel bracket, this black part. You want it closer to this edge because that's stronger than on this inside edge in there. So the hole should be, slightly off-centered, because this stuff is not the strongest stuff in the world. It's not meant to go on a vehicle, it's meant for on a house, stationary. So I really would make all of this stronger. Angle brackets will go in the corner, and these bars in the middle should give it some more stoutness. And make sure you use fender washers. These washers are not big enough, it's temporary. And then I would recommend lock nuts because they won't vibrate loose. Oh, and here was an issue that I did not foresee. If you look, there's a slight angle to this gutter, and this was literally as far as I could put this forward without that roof rack thing being tilted like this. So, I'll give you a measurement. I found my measuring tape here. So, I made use of the body lines right here. It's right about 6 3/4 of an inch. Here it's about 3 1/4, 3 1/8. Here, let's see. No, right about 3 inches from this body line here. All right. This one is about 6 1/8 of an inch from this body line here. So, if you're buying the same American Van roof rack, aluminum, and you're buying the same SunPower 370, hopefully that will save you a little bit of work. But yeah, that's how I'm mounting my solar panel. Hope that helped.